And the Dolphins seemingly suffered a loss that was a huge blow to their playoff chances. However, the next day happens, and you have the Jets loss, followed by a whole new way of losing a game that I've never seen before in that Raiders-Patriots game.
Amazing.
What was Jakobi Meyers thinking? What was the plan? Did he forget that they had the lead? They called a run play. They were just trying to run it out.
It was nice to see the Patriots. It was nice to see him act and play like the Jets just for a play, for a moment. That was fun.
The Patriots do stupid shit now.
Yeah, but to Mike's point, what did Jakobi Meyers think Mac Jones was going to do once he caught that ball?
Do you think that
honestly,
when Stevenson like pitches him the ball, does something trigger in his mind of like, oh man, are we down?
Oh shit, we're
Gotta
doing
keep
it.
it going. Gotta keep it going.
Like,
Yeah.
He was
Forgot
like,
the game scenario.
oh, it's one of those plays. I must have got it wrong. It's one of these plays. That's the only explanation
They
for
called
it.
a run play. They wanted to take it to overtime, but Stevenson gets to the second level, and all of a sudden he's trying to make something happen. But Jakobi Myers,
Let's chuck it back 30
What's
yards.
the plan there? Mac Jones has zero blockers in front of him. He can't
Zero
throw it
blockers
forward.
and nobody behind him.
Well,
either.
I think Stevenson's plan is let me get it to Myers and maybe he could just take it up the sideline and go, right?
Yeah, but Myers
But it's hard
totally
to
lost the
communicate
plot.
mid-play to tell Myers, hey, don't throw it back to Mac Jones.
Myers loses a plot, and then when the ball is in the air, we all collectively see it on our TV screens, and we're like, oh God, yes, please let this happen. Chandler Jones skies for it, and you realize
from his perspective. Oh, the play's over there. Whoa, why is the ball coming
ball
at me right
coming
now?
to me. And you can see, like, he scans. He's like, the only thing standing in between me and glory is Mac Jones. And
I'm not going to juke him.
all I want is for him
Why
to go
would
through.
you?
All I wanted in that moment was for Mac Jones to get totally run over. I don't know why I dislike this player so much. I think it was the walk in the draft. I'm not sure.
But also just look at him.
Have you ever
You're still
seen
holding
high
on to
school
that?
Yeah, dude, it's big like my dad will.
where like the player gets confused in a play like that and they run to the wrong end zone? It happens in like Pop Warner a lot. I'm surprised that didn't happen to Chandler Jones.
Yeah, where he thought,
was
I'm in the scramble too.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't make any sense. Like, just take it to overtime.
Right.
Just go to overtime.
But the only thing in his way was Mac Jones, and he got so run over.
Got to make a
It's
tackle there.
Such a
I'll say it.
funny fashion. Ben Roethlisberger makes that tackle.
You got to trip
He
him. Like,
literally
I don't
has,
know,
yeah.
man.
Ben
That's
does,
true.
yeah, he does.
Ben Roethlisberger just turns himself into a traffic cone at that point, and it's just like you are like a speed bump. You are not getting over me.
It's a
like you
forgotten
would just
storyline.
trip him with his back.
The Steelers have a championship because Ben Roethlisberger, in a similar situation, I mean, not fully, there wasn't a Jakobi Meyers passing it back to the quarterback situation, but he
It was
prevented.
a goal line fumble, I think.
He
though.
prevented a touchdown from being scored.
The Jerome
against
Bettis
Colts.
fumble.
Against the
Yeah.
The
Colts.
Jerome Bettis
Yeah.
fumble. That's right.
Yeah. And they end up winning the Super Bowl that year, and you could tie everything back to Ben Roethlisberger's ability to make a tackle. It's like the one counter argument I ever have for when Dan yells the quarterback should just run to the sideline after any kind of turnover.
I don't know whose perspective
Well,
is...
Mac Jones wasn't expecting to have to make a tackle.
whose perspective is funnier in that of like, oh, the play, oh, Stevenson broke a tackle. All right, good. Heading over to like Chandler and Mac Jones are not involved in that play anymore. No. And then all of a sudden, the ball just gets like, I just want to like Chandler Jones is like imagine just like real quick thinking of like what's going on in Mac Jones's brain. He's like, oh shit, the ball's okay. Chandler Jones. Oh, like it just like it is so funny to think
The
in
thought
slow
process
motion.
of
Why are we not in overtime right now?
The way that games end in the NFL and that walk-off fashion is Belichick just runs to have a begrudging handshake that you know he hated having with Josh McDaniels.
Yes.
McDaniels, and he can't even discuss. We didn't get a sideline shot of him being super mad or talking to somebody why you can't do that. He just ran into the middle of the field, ran off. Oh, I wish I would have heard what he said. But what can you say?
He was confused, Mike.
I'm surprised he didn't go out and make the tackle. He had to have been livid.
Just go and trip Jakobi Meyers,
It's
take
so
the 15-yard penalty.
un-Patriots-like.
Always wanted to see that.
We should point out what a big game that was for the Patriots. They go to
Oh my
overtime
God.
and win that game. They're 8-6. I mean,
Huge.
They're
It's
playing
from
for
a
a
Dolphin
playoff
standpoint.
spot. Yeah.
From a Dolphin standpoint, I
Yes.
kind of written that game off.
It was great for the Dolphins.
It was 24-17 with 2.5 minutes to go. I don't think the Raiders had any timeouts. And they go and get that touchdown, which, by the way, I mean, Patriots fans can be a little bit annoyed that Keelan Cole touchdown stood because it looked like his foot was out of bounds. But either way, you get a tie game, and as a Dolphin, all right, cool, let's go to overtime and see if we can win this in overtime. for the Chargers, for the Jets, Stugotz, for all these teams that are in the AFC playoff picture, that was a huge result.
Yeah,
massive.
And the Raiders, that have been their 5th blown double-digit lead of the season.
If it goes to overtime, the Patriots are winning that game. That's just not how that works out.
No.
The Raiders get the short end of the stick. The Patriots win, and the Dolphins and their fans are left sweating through another NFL Sunday. And no harm, no foul. The Bills seem to have the division locked up.